Okay, as an ordained Buddhist priest, and yes, I just performed my first wedding a little while ago. I want to talk to you today about the importance of your language. And I'm going to go on a little bit longer because I think it matters and I think it's important. And I want to say very clearly that if you feel in any way like you're the target of what I'm saying, that's more about you than it is about me, because I'm saying this to all of us because I think language matters tremendously. And to make that point, I want to talk a little bit about a book that I read a few years ago. Phenomenal book. It's one of my favorite books ever. It's called Survival of the Friendliest. And I love that title. And I love the scientific work beneath it, maybe even more, because what they showed is that a long time ago, there were Homo sapiens, but there were also Denisovans and Neanderthals and other similar creatures on Earth. And then at a certain point, something happened. And all of a sudden, every other species like us was gone, absorbed in or killed off or whatever. And all that was left was Homo sapiens. And the reason that happened is not because we have the biggest teeth, because we don't. It's not because we're the strongest, because we're not. It's not because we're the biggest. We're not. It's because we are the friendliest. We were able to take a whole huge leap in how broadly and deeply and widely we were able to trust each other, which allowed for vastly more trade, which allowed for vastly more successful cooperation. And as a species, we took over the planet, and look where we are now. And, we're the kind of species that will get on a plane without even knowing who the pilot is and sit back and relax and let them take us to our destination because we trust that they are good enough at what they do. They have our best interests at heart enough that they will do that for us. That is a phenomenal advantage. It is way better than being the singular, biggest, strongest, sharp-toothed animal on the planet. It is way better than anything like that. And one of the things that they talked about in that book is oxytocin. And you know that I love neurobiology, and oxytocin is one of our more important chemicals. They call it the love hormone, right? And going into reading this book, that's what I called it, the love hormone, right? Like when you shake hands, when a mother nurses a child, when you give someone a big hug, oxytocin is released in huge amounts. But what this book made me realize is that oxytocin, it's what I call oxytocin now, not quoting anybody else. I say that oxytocin is the love and genocide hormone. Because let me read you a little bit about oxytocin. So oxytocin increases empathy, trust, social bonding among those who are already socially close or perceived as part of your in-group. It also increases in-group favoritism in some experimental settings. And studies in social psychology, anthropology, evolutionary biology, my favorite stuff, suggest that group identity, threat perception, and dehumanization are very strong predictors of intergroup violence. That's why I say language matters. How we talk about each other matters. And you may be listening to this in some far-flung corner of the world, far from the United States, but I'm sitting in the United States recording it right now. And everything that's going on right now makes me think about the fact that back in the day when this country was being founded, the founding fathers said things like, we must all hang together or we will surely hang separately. And I think that as a country, we've gotten a little bit far away from the fact that we are a country. And part of what makes us so phenomenal is that we have so many different ideas and just everything represented here, such enormous diversity. That is our strength. And the fact that we see each other as a group, that we are all the in-group to each other, is an enormous advantage, because that way we can be friendly to each other. And so let me read you something from the book. They say, our friendliness has a dark side. When we feel that the group we love is threatened by a different social group, we are capable of unplugging the threatening group from our mental network, which allows us to dehumanize them. Where empathy and compassion would have been, there is nothing. And that's why I call oxytocin both the love hormone and the genocide hormone, because when it's used for love and bonding, it's phenomenal. But when it's used to unplug others, people that are not part of our group, out of our mental network, and we no longer see them as human, that is dangerous beyond belief. And it all happens in language. So my request today, as your fellow planet Earth inhabitant, is to think about what you're saying, even about the people that you like the least. How are you talking about them? Are you dehumanizing them? Are you making them less than? Are you setting us up for violence and evil? Or are you going out of your way to make sure that everyone you talk about and everything you say still recognizes the humanity of those with whom you disagree? Words matter. Your words create your world. So today I would invite you to join me in speaking a better world into existence. Thanks for listening.